guys, welcome back to our channel, and I'm back here on this channel back again with my mom. Our last video that I did with my mom, you guys absolutely loved it and you showed so much love to that video. We have a lot of views on that video and I actually appreciate that, so thank you very much. So I dragged her back again. So today my mom is going to be teaching me how to make a Zimbabwean staple meal. So today what my mom's going to be teaching me how to do is to cook sadza. So for many of you guys, Zimbabwean people that follow me, of course you guys know what sadza is. For the non-Zimbabwean people that are still like African, it's kind of similar to pounded yam, gari, fufu. So it's a starch substance that you mix with like meat, vegetables. I know some of you lot might be thinking, why are you like 27 years old and you don't know how to make this? I really don't know how to make it. I don't eat it much. I eat it when I'm at my mom's house and things like that, but I don't cook it much myself. So I just thought that, you know, while I'm learning how to cook it, my mom might as well show me, and I might as well bring it to YouTube for the people that don't know how to cook it and would like to know how to cook it. So this is my mom, as you guys know.
Hello guys.
So before we get into the video, again, I'm wearing my BRAII Flavours t-shirt because this is a cooking video. I thought it would be a good idea to, you know, just shout them out. Mum is also wearing her BRAII Flavours t-shirt. So like I said in the other video, if you live near Nottingham, Mansfield, Nottinghamshire, anywhere up north, make sure you hit them up. They do delicious food, delicious sausage, delicious steak, vegetarian options. Trust me, their food is very lit. So they also are a frequent appearance at Zimfest. So if you go to Zimfest, for my fellow Zimbabweans, make sure you hit them up, email them, search for them, know their brand, get to know them and support Zimbabwean business. Yeah, so without further ado, these are some of the ingredients that we're going to be using today. So here we have some oxtail, which is freshly cleaned. Yeah. Right, Mum, this is like oxtail and beef is very popular in Zim that you would eat with sadza, right?
Yes.
What else would you eat with sadza?
You can eat mazondo. You can eat chicken.
Okay, so mazondo in English would be cow foot, right?
Yeah.
It would be cow foot. So you could also eat sadza with chicken or cow foot or whatever. But we just thought we'll make oxtail. So our oxtail's already cleaned. So make sure you clean your meat, obviously. We're also going to be using tomatoes, there's peppers, there's onion, garlic and a little bit of scotch bonnet. We're going to be using some plum tomatoes. We're going to be using salt, obviously, for seasoning.
We are going to use semolina as well. Maize meal. It's like coarse maize meal.
What it was, we were actually looking for the maize meal, which sadza is traditionally and really cooked with maize meal, but we couldn't find that. So, but this it's going to be the same method, same method. So any of you Zimbabwean people, you've also ate semolina. Using a bit of oregano, which is different, just for a little herb spice, some paprika.
We're going to be using Maggi cube as well.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, we are going to use black pepper as well.
In Zimbabwean cuisine or cooking Zimbabwean food, we don't really use a lot of seasonings like other African countries, like maybe like Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone. It's very simple. It's mainly salt, curry powder, a bit of madras or something like that, but it's not a lot. So I'm gonna try my best to make it very like traditional. Although obviously me, I'm married to a Nigerian and I grew up here, so I do love my seasonings. But I'm gonna try and make it very minimalistic so you guys can kind of get the flavor. And if you want to taste Zimbabwean food, you're more like true to the flavor. So yeah, we're gonna get started. Hope you like this video, and if you're new to this channel, thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, tell us what you think about the meal.
Oh, we are going to put Maggi, and make sure you've washed your hands properly before you touch anything when you are cooking. Okay guys, then now add another Maggi. Okay, just starting. I'm putting hot smoked paprika now. It's a bit spicy, but I don't put much. That's enough. I'm putting herbs just to, you know, to taste a different flavor. These are the herbs I'm putting now. Ground black pepper. You know, us Zimbabweans don't eat much pepper, so I'll just put a little bit. Sea salt now, but not much. Make sure your stove is on, just medium heat, not too much for the meat to boil and to be well cooked. I'm just putting the stove on now. Okay. Now I'm going to put garlic in the meat to give it a distinct flavor and nice taste. Now I'm going to leave the meat to boil for an hour or so because it's oxtail, it needs to boil properly. Okay? Sure, you keep on checking your meat every 20 minutes or so. See you once the meat is cooked. Ndakutaura neshona manje. Tasuka muriwo, spring greens or cabbage. So
my mom's gonna be speaking in Shona and I'm gonna be interpreting a little bit in English, but what we're gonna be doing is basically gonna be self-explanatory for those people that can't understand Shona.
Now ndakusiya kudai kuti achicheka mavheji, but kana uchicheka mavheji ako hafana kuchekwa ari mazihombe, unofana kuacheka ari madiki-diki.
So what she's saying is like when you're cutting the like spring greens or vegetables, don't just cut them into like big pieces. Make sure you cut them properly nice so everything makes sense. When you're eating it with the sadza or the semolina or whatever, it's looking nice, it's making sense. So we're just gonna show you a demonstration. I already know, right, Mom?
Yeah. I
already know how to wash and cut the vegetables, but for video purposes, I'm just going to be showing you guys. I've basically just started cutting my vegetables. Ndatutanga check my vegetables angle. Everybody has a different method of cutting these vegetables. My own method is like I kind of get like 3 or 4 leaves and I kind of roll them inside until it's really tight. And then I kind of fold the top. I've already folded the top, so I'm cutting it. This is like the top bit. I just chuck that. And then you really want to make sure it's flat and like so. You really want to make sure you're cutting your vegetables very thin. This is the way my mom has always taught me. And really and truly, you don't want your vegetables to be any thicker than this. You don't want them to be any thicker than this. You want them to be really stringy, you know. Let me finish cutting my vegetables and we move on to the next stage. Okay, at this point I'm just going to separate the tomatoes in half because one half of the tomato I'm going to mix with the vegetables and the other half I'm actually going to throw in with the oxtail. So here I've actually done my peppers, I've cut my onions, my yellow pepper, and I've added a bit of scotch bonnet. As I said, Zimbabwean people don't really like a lot of chili, but this is to my own taste. You can leave it or you can put in to your own taste. Hi guys, we're back. It's oxtail, so it's gonna take some time. You don't want to eat the oxtail while it's still hard and you're fighting with the meat. Especially in Zimbabwean style cooking, we need to let the meat really cook. Zimbabwean people don't really like hard meat. The meat has to be soft. That's just Zimbabwean food, okay? So we're gonna be doing the vegetables. So I'm gonna let Mom take over and tell you how the vegetables are cooked.
We are going to put the vegetables on fire now. Just put a little bit of oil, a little bit of water, then the vegetables, then we just mix. Sometimes some people that doesn't want vegetables to overcooked.
You want the water to kind of, once the oil cooks the vegetables, once the water cooks the vegetables, then the oil was left to kind of shallow fry it in it.
Yeah, and this was to know I be cat, so I'm not fighting that, so I'm going to fight it. But apa mafuta, mavheji edu nemvura mbijana. A little bit of salt, just to make it taste a bit. Now, we've got tomatoes, onions, garlic, red pepper, the yellow pepper, you know the peppers. The other tomatoes are going into the vegetables. Don't boil us to madomas, nema veg.
So the tomatoes and the vegetables are going to be cooked together, and all this is going to go in the oxtail.
Saka hatichaisa imwe mvura irimo a little bit ndoichaita supu yacho, saka taakuisa madomasi nema-onions kuti zvichipedzesa. Hatise oil imwe oil because oxtail inobuda oil, so as you can see there's oil. Madomasi andiri kuisa now. Kune ma-onions, garlic, a bit of pepper, some onions are bigika. Empty.
You just add a bit of oil, ooh, like that, into the pot. Make sure it's well into the pot. What was it, the water? Now, as you can see, the vegetables are really cooking. Like we were saying before, I was saying that as the water is cooking the vegetables, the oil is also frying the vegetables. And halfway through, when the vegetables are a little bit more softened, you will add your tomatoes in, and I'll be showing you that process as well. But I also put a little bit of like basil and a little bit of herbs and a tiny bit of Maggi. That's optional. That's my own version of like zhuzhing up the recipe and making it a bit more tasteful. But the traditional way, you just put a bit of salt, a bit of water and oil, and that's it. You don't add anything else. The tomatoes you can add, but you don't add any other. As your meat is cooking and the onions, like my mom said, everything is boiling together. Can you see? Everything is boiling and mixing together. You will come back and put the tomatoes. These are just normal like plum tomatoes you put in there, and it will still boil together to make sure the oxtail is nice and softened. And remember what I said about the vegetable. Now is the time to put the tomatoes in. Because the vegetables are softening, you mix it nice and well with the tomatoes. Oxtail, how it should look after 10 minutes. This is what oxtail is basically done. So you can serve it with your sadza and muriwo. Look at that. Look at the soup. Look how beautiful that is. So now everything is done. We're going to be cooking the sadza, so we're going to be cooking it in this small pot. It's only for me and mom, really. Semolina here, but we've already explained that semolina and maize meal is the same thing. We couldn't find maize meal, so we're just going to use the coarse semolina. To teach me, she said you put cold water already, so you have to put it in before it starts boiling, right? You just put a little bit, and then what do you do, mom? So you start stirring it.
We are only three people. Anyway, that's enough.
Okay.
Yeah. See some friend.
So this is some boiling water that I've already pre-boiled, and mom said I add boiling water. Where do I put it? On 3 on the cooker?
That's okay. Yeah.
Is that enough?
Put more. More.
This is a lot, Mom, for 3 people.
Yeah, kwana. Uramba uchiri kurunga kusukira na kora.
So I keep stirring it.
So
how do I know if it's thick enough to close it?
No, uramba uchiri kurunga.
Of this, Mom said I should. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You have to keep checking if it's getting thick. So it will start popping. Once it starts popping, that's when you have to close it.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people like thin sadza, some people like one that is really thick. So it depends. So if I want to make it thicker, it depends on the amount of maize I put. Yeah. So once it starts quattering, it starts popping like this. Mom's just gonna help me because I think I made a little bit of a mistake. I put too much maize and it's turning a bit bally. It needs to be smooth.
Ukasika msadza nobvisa mapundu ese right rakutokwata saka don't worry. Farisa lid is not tutuma. Not so tutuma. Come out of the pot or
so bubble too much.
Yeah, you could check it and it's not gonna go in the stove.
Oh, okay.
Guys, takupedzesa manchisa rakwata saka amurongona ndakabata uku ndakudira kuti dauti think ndakumuona ndorimuona ukuchaito saizvo dorisiya roshinyira kana rashinyira tozopakura todya. Tinotenda. Thank you for watching Electa, my daughter, and the husband, Electa nemurume wake. Thank you for that. Tinotenda. Make sure you subscribe, comment. Thank you guys.